What's up? It's Charlotte Stevens and the Ancestors, the world's greatest personal growth accelerator for badass Black women who want to goddess up. I wanted to share like 3 tips to help you sell. 3 tips to help you sell. And this is primarily to help you get over your fear of selling. I meet so many Black women who just are scared to sell and are scared to, like feel like they're being pushy or salesy or all the things, right? First of all, I love being sold. Like if you have a great product that's gonna meet my needs and solve my problem, I wanna hear all about it in detail. Like I wanna experience it. Like if you think about those of you who've been to like Lush cosmetic stores, I mean, granted that salespeople can be annoying, but I love it when they're like, hey, you want to try out that cream? You want to see what it's like on your hand? Like, smell it, feel the texture. Like, I want to know about all the things. What's it made of? Oh, it has lavender in it. Oh, that's awesome. And it's almost so fresh I can eat. Like, I want to know all the things, right? I love that experience of buying something and being sold something that I actually want. When most people think about being sold, it's somebody trying to convince you to buy something that you don't want. And so that's the experience you reflect on. And also I think that mentality of I don't want to be salesy comes from you don't believe in your product. The way I feel about what I sell is really everybody needs my product, but I'm choosing to only offer it to Black women. But ain't nobody not need my product. You all need my product. And if I don't tell you about it, you won't know about the opportunity. So I do not look at sales as like, oh, I don't want to be salesy. I'm like, you are so lucky to be on the phone with me right now because I'm about to like rock your world, queen. Like I know that you've been stressed over this, that, and the third. Like I got you. How am I going to get them if I'm not on the phone with them, right? So I think of it as an opportunity. I'm really, when people get the opportunity to hear what I have to offer, that's a blessing to them. And I don't know what it is that you're selling, but for a lot of us, it can be related somehow to like, whether it's, to life or death. It can be whatever you're selling can be related to life or death. It really can be. I sell goddess coaching and empowerment coaching and business coaching. And for a lot of my queens, when I'm on the phone with them and I say, what is the cost? What is this costing you? They tell me my life, my health. I'm thinking about killing myself. If I don't do something, I'm going to kill myself. So I'm saving lives. That's how I feel. How can I save your life if I can't sell to you? How can I save your life if I can't get you on the phone? So I don't have any reservations about selling to people. So that's first and foremost. And I encourage you to, if you have those reservations, I think it's because you don't believe in your product. You don't believe that what you have to offer is really profound. If you did, you would be excited to share that opportunity with people. You'd be hyped on it. But if you don't feel that way, if you're not excited to share what you have to offer, then maybe you don't really like what you have to offer, right? So that's part of it. The other part of it is that selling should be a conversation. I encourage everybody to do some type of conversational sales, some type of phone sales. And that's intimidating for a lot of people when they think about having a conversation to sell. But the reason why you want to have a conversation is you really want to listen to the person. Like selling is so much less about what you have to offer. I'm getting high, y'all. It's so much less about what you have to offer. And we always want to be like, oh, it's about all the details. It's about making it look as pretty as it can and adding all the bells and whistles. People don't really care about how you're going to get them to the next level. They just want to be sure that you understand their problem. They really want that. They really want to know, did you get me? Do you hear me? Do you understand why I am and where I'm coming from? And then from there, they want to feel confident that you can get them to the next level. So think about this with like personal training or a gym membership or whatever, like losing weight or whatever. Like I want you to understand my struggle. Like if I'm a customer, I want you to understand my struggle. I understand that like, oh, I just had a kid, a couple years ago, and I've been struggling with losing this type of weight. And these are things I like to eat, and these are things I don't like to eat. And you have to understand my schedule. Like I'm overwhelmed, and I don't have time to exercise, so it has to be fun. Like I want you to get me, right? I don't care about how you're going to get me to get Michelle Obama arms, right? If I say I want Michelle Obama arms, I don't care about, oh, we're going to do this many reps and we're going to do this many exercises. I don't care. We're going to eat this, what? I don't care about your process. Can you, first of all, do you understand my life is busy? I got all these things going on, so don't be trying to tell me something and assign me something that's not going to fit my life. So I want to make sure that you heard me, right? And then second is, this is my goal. I want Michelle Obama arms. Just tell me that you can get me there. I don't need to hear every single detail of the process. And most people are not going to need to hear every detail of your process. They might ask those questions because you have not conveyed enough that you heard them, and they don't feel confident enough that you can get them to the next steps. They might be asking a lot of those questions because you failed them in some other aspect. But just like a college curriculum, like if I want to go become a doctor or whatever, if I want to be a cosmetologist, I don't need the entire 4-year plan of every single class I'm going to have to take to get me there. Just tell me and make me feel confident that this program will meet my need, right? So that's why you want to have the conversation, and the conversation is so much less you and more them. That's the third tip I'll give you. So the first tip, what was the first tip? I don't know. But the second tip was have a conversation. Oh, the first tip is, you have to believe in your product. It's life or death, right? You have to believe in your product. It's not like a disservice. It's an honor for people to talk to you. The second tip is have a conversation with that person. Don't just try to think that you can just throw up your little flyer and that people are gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna shell out $2,000 to buy your whatever. No, you better have a conversation. And again, the conversation is about listening to them and their needs. And then the third tip is don't be afraid of no. So I remember one of my first proposals, I was not really like taking myself seriously then yet. The woman came back and she said no. And I did not follow up with her. I didn't have a conversation with her. I was never like, well, why? Why are you saying no, right? I didn't do any of that. I just let it die. And now I get that like people say no. I say no. I say no a lot of things. Like my daughter will be like, can we do this? No, we can't, right? That's not part of my schedule. It's not part of the agenda. And then I think about it, or she keeps persisting or whatever. And then I'm at a yes, right? So for a lot of people, no is protection. If I say no initially, if I say no right away, I'm not obligated to anything. Nothing has changed. There's no risk involved. I just said no. And that allows them a buffer to decide, well, maybe, right? So for a lot of people, that no is really maybe, like, let me think about it. But I'm not going to tell you I'm thinking about it. I want you to think it should shut down. For some people, you can relate this to like relationships, or people that might, like maybe you have some friend who is romantically involved or wants to get romantically involved in you, and you're like, initially you're like, no. But really it's like, well, I've never really thought about it. I've never really considered that. So I need the space to kind of like, how could I view you in that way? I don't know, right? So people need time to process. Allow them that time. So when you drop your price and you say what the price is, shut up. Let them hem and haw. Let them figure it out. They need that moment to be like, well, could I figure that out? And they might talk to themselves like, well, let me see if I could pull money from here. And I guess if you're saying this, and just be quiet and let them have that process. So no is good. No is good. You like no, embrace no. I've gotten lots of sales off of people initially telling me no. And I don't trip anymore. My face doesn't change. I don't get weird. I'm very confident in my sales. And all that to say this. If you're a Black woman looking for more confidence and increase a sense of worthiness, because a lot of Black women don't feel worthy, don't feel confident. Like, what are you talking about selling? I don't even feel confident myself. If you need to increase your sense of confidence, your sense of worthiness, if you would like to know more about the innate gifts you have as a Black woman, being melanated, your yoni, and how you can use that to manifest the life of your dreams, and if you are interested in starting your own business, not being in these toxic white spaces, but starting your own business, you need to contact me or just come to my Divine Black Goddess class. It's free. It's on Eventbrite. That's going to give you a piece of that. But really, I'm doing a 3-month coaching package, which will cover all of that. I am now dehydrated, so I can't talk anymore. But this is Charlotte Stevens and the Ancestors, the world's greatest personal growth accelerator for badass Black women who want to goddess up. I am claiming 2022 as the year of the Black woman. What does that mean? That means we're coming for everything the ancestors were promised, everything our grandmothers were promised. I want to teach Black women how to be as confident, as worthy as they, and feel as confident, as worthy as possible. I want them to tap back into their melanated magic. There's magic in your naturally curly hair. There's magic in your melanated skin. There's magic in your uterus and your yoni, and you're not using it, and you could be using it to manifest the life of your dreams. Let me show you. That's one of the things we're going to talk about in Divine Black Goddess, which you should sign up for on Eventbrite. And then also, that means starting our own business. We don't need to be in these white spaces. We don't need to assimilate. We don't need to take out our cornrows. We don't need to have to, code switch and do all of this. We don't need that. And none of these white spaces are going to pay you what you are worth. None of them. I'm about to clear $6,000 in 1 week with my having my own business. My goal this year is 7 figures. I made 6 figures last year. I'm planning to make 7 figures this year. I can set those goals and reach those goals and make that happen because I work for myself. Can you? You're on a fixed income if you're working for somebody else, and these people don't even see your humanity, let alone your divinity. So I'm tired of it. I don't know about you. This is our year. Let's do this. Let's get our self-love in place, our worthiness in place. Let's get tap into our real black melanated magic that is real, and then let's start our own businesses, become millionaires, and then create our own schools, our own communities, and not have to work with people who refuse to see our divinity. If you're with me, hit me up. You know I'm about this. Like I'm for real, and it's our time. 2022 is the year of the black woman. I said it here first. You'll see the results. You'll see what's up. Contact me. Let's do this. Bye, queens.